South Africa, where ballot counting is still underway after the municipal elections. The country's electoral commission says nearly 80% of the votes have been counted. Preliminary results show that the ruling African National Congress has a big lead in the national count. However, the main opposition party, the Democratic Alliance, has taken the lead in three major cities: Pretoria, Johannesburg and Port Elizabeth. The areas have been ruling party strongholds since the end of apartheid in 1994. Final results are expected by Friday, but the ANC has expressed concern over the 55% voter turnout.
The only worry we're having is the question of turnout, because it impacts on the PR performance of the ANC. Because PR is a function of the size of the base and the turnout. So that's what they were worried.
Well, Angelo Coppola is joining me now with the very latest from Johannesburg. Angelo, it does appear that these elections are destined to produce some surprise results there. What more can you tell us? What do we know?
Well, at the moment, it's still all up in the air. The only province likely to be declared as official this evening is going to be the Western Cape. That remains in the hands of the DA. They took around 62% across the province, and they took a two-thirds, probably an increased two-thirds majority in Cape Town itself. In Gauteng, as you mentioned earlier, Johannesburg and Tshwane and Ekurhuleni are the three finely balanced metros in this area. And of course, this is the breadbasket, or this is where all the money is made. The ANC and the DA are literally neck and neck. It's around 42% each in Johannesburg and Tshwane. And projections from the CSIR show that the ANC is likely to drop below that magic 50% mark in both of those two metros, which means that the EFF, sitting at around 10%, is likely to play a kingmaker role here. However, the EFF's Dali Mpofu said earlier that he's not going to even consider a coalition with the ANC. In Ekurhuleni, on the other hand, the ANC there have around 45%. The DA are sitting at around 30–35% there. So if there's any coalition talk, the ANC is going to be looking elsewhere other than the other than the EFF. There's no coalition that's going to happen there with, as I said, with the EFF. So the ANC's choices are limited. In the Nelson Mandela Bay Metro, it's poised on a fine knife's edge there, with either the EFF or the UDM, which is Bantu Holomisa's party, likely to play a key role there. Just a little while ago, the DA leader, Mmusi Maimane, announced that they were now ready to start talks with parties to form a coalition government in that area. Beatrice?
Well, Angelo, with all this talk about perhaps coalition parties there, going forward then, how are these polls likely to shape South Africa's political landscape?
Well, the big issue that's concerning everyone right now is the low voter turnout. It's around 9.8 or 9.6 million out of a possible 26 million voters. So that's a bit of a distress for most of the political parties. It's been suggested that this is due to the bungled efforts of the ANC when they were making those mayoral announcements a little earlier this month, which led to those delivery protests in Mamelodi, Atteridgeville and other areas. Whether that's true or not, it's going to serve as a wake-up call to the ANC, and it's likely to usher in this era of local government coalition politics, something we haven't really seen in this country since the dawn of democracy in 1994. The bottom line is the ANC has taken a gentle slap. The EFF has shown that it can draw the working class voter, especially in the areas where the ANC hasn't performed. And the DA, on the other hand, has made some inroads, but not in the working class areas. So these elections are likely to give the DA another opportunity to prove that they can do in other metros what they've done in the Western Cape or in Cape Town itself. So it also sets the tone rather nicely for the general elections in 2 years' time. Beatrice?
Right, Angelo Coppola for us there in Johannesburg.